Hey guys, so today I'm going to be unboxing the Meross Garage Door Opener. This is the MSG200 model, and from here you can control 3 garage doors. Today I'm going to be showing you how to connect it to one garage door because that's what I have. But if you have 3 garage doors, you can definitely use this device. In my previous video, I showed an installation of a single garage door opener made by Meross, and you know, this is a different model, so we'll be unboxing this, and I'll be showing you guys in detail how to install it and how to connect it to your application. So let's go ahead and unbox this and see what it comes with. So this is the 2 sensors that comes for the 2 extra garage door. One of them is inside the box, so let's go ahead and see what's inside the box. So this is the MSG200 model, which is compatible for 3 garages and is compatible with Amazon, Alexa, and Google. And it's also compatible with the Apple HomeKit that you can pair. So inside you have this manual that comes with it, and 3 small boxes that you can see. The first one, this one have the sensor for the single garage. So if you're just buying this kit, you know, you're going to get 1 sensor built in. You know, it is the magnetic sensor, which comes with a long wire that you can wire up, you know, with a connector that goes on the back, and this is the actual magnet. The other piece of that, you know, comes with the screws. The next box contains the actual device, you know, which is the brains of the entire operation. This is nothing but just a small box, you know, with a small antenna on top that you can see. And you know, it's a nice looking device. On the back side, you know, you can see the 3 ports, and the 1, 2, and 3 depending on how many garages you're controlling. So this is nice. And the last one is the power supply, and inside, you know, it's the USB cable that you see. It's a USB-C cable, and just a regular USB-C, and then you have the power adapter that comes with that. You know, this is nothing but a small cell phone charger, kind of similar, and these are the specs on the power adapter. You can see this is the 1000 milliamp or 5 volts, you know, or 1 amp, you can call it. You know, it's a traveler charger, and if this thing fails, you can always replace it with a cell phone charger. So these are the content of the box, you know, and now we're ready to do the job, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the installation. You know, I'll show you guys where on the back side, you know, this is where you connect the power supplies, the USB-C, and these are the 3 1, 2, 3 port where you connect those sensors depending on your configuration. So let's go ahead and get into the installation. And I'm going to be using only for the 1 car garage, not 3, you know, but it is compatible with the 3 car garages, as you can see. So let's go ahead and do the installation. I'm going to be using only single ports, since I'm only doing the installation on 1 garage, and we'll see how it works. So let's take a look. But before we get into the installation part, you know, one thing I do want to mention, that as I already showed you guys, you know, this kit comes with a sensor and the magnet that you're seeing right here. You know, there is an additional kit, you know, for the other 2, which is exactly similar. So this is the additional kit for the other 2 garages. So if you want to control the 2 extra garages, you know, you need to have this kit with the sensor, which is the exact same one that you see right here. So, but I'm only going to be using this one, so let's get into the installation part. Okay, so this is my LiftMaster Professional Series, half horsepower. This is a Chamberlain, and the first thing you need to check is you know, what you have on the back side. So these are the trigger ones, you know, which basically tells you to open the garage or close the garage. So this, you can see, you know, you probably see it's going up, and that kind of goes into that switch that you use to open the garage from inside and out. These 2 things will be the trigger points. How are we going to wire it? We're not going to wire anything on these 2. You know, these are the sensors that are coming from the bottom side over there, so we don't need to worry about this. We're going to run a wire right all the way from there, the sensor wire, and put a sensor right there. So I'll show you guys how to do that. So the way we're going to wire this is this part will go into this number 1, for example, you know, so I'm just showing you how it's done on the table. And as you can see, there are 2 wires, you know, so the thin wires basically are the one for the sensor. So this is the thin ones on top that you see. The bottom one is the one that is open right here. So this is the trigger wire, which will tap into the existing connection on the back side, you know, which is connected to your switch for the garage. So you can just mount this on top, and you know, I'm going to take this because I'm going to have to run this all the way across from the top. And you know, you can definitely use some extra tie wraps, you know, if you have some, or use something like this to tie it. And I'm going to go all the way across the top. So let me go ahead and wire this up, and then this we can wire towards the end. Okay, so here is what I'm doing. So I'm running the wire. I just put a tie wrap right here, and I'm passing my wire through. This is the sensor wire. I have this old wire that was hanging there. I'm going to go ahead and remove this wire because this wire is not being used as from prior installation. So I'm going to go ahead and you know, just run this all the way across and bring the sensor all the way. So, and the other wire connection end stays on this side. So let me go ahead and wire this up, and then we'll do the final connection. Okay, so I ran the wire all the way across. I removed the old one, which I wasn't using. And now here's where you need this 3M. So just get yourself these 3M, and then all you need is the other end, which is basically this piece right here. So that's all you need. Now if you're screwing it, you know, it comes with the screws and stuff like that, you know, so you can use to screw these two, or you can stick it. So I'll show you how to do this. So when I ran the wire all the way across, kind of brought it down right here, and this is where I'm going to be sticking it. Okay, so this place is nice and clean. I'm going to go ahead and undo the 3M from one side and then peel it off and stick it. So you may want to stick this on this side first, and then you stick it on the wood. Okay, I can hopefully see a little better. So I stick the tape, I peeled off the back, and I'm going to go ahead and stick it right here. And the other end, this is just a magnet piece. It just goes in like this. So all it's doing it is sensing this magnet when the door is coming close. That will give us the indication of being open or closed. So we are done with this sensor installation. Just make sure you tie any of the tie wraps that might be loose. And you may have some excess on the other end, but you can roll that up and just use whatever you need. So let's go ahead and now finish the wiring on the other end. So here you can see the sensor installation, and on the back side V-stuck, which is all the way up. So the magnet is all the way over there, and when the garage comes down, it basically comes down and brings the sensor and matches it with that sensor, and that's how it gets the indication that it's closed. And over there you can see the magnet right there. So that's how it gets the indication. Okay, now we are in the back of the motor, and this is where the wire is coming. So I rolled up the excess, and now I'm left with this end, which will go behind the brains. And show you. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plug it. The power goes in right here. So what I did was I had to get one of these, the 3-pin splitter, and connected one end for this and the other end for the power, to supply power to this guy. But before I apply power, I need to connect these two wires, and these two are the wires that will go in these pins. So this is where the trigger is coming in, from your actual garage door buttons. Now the polarity does not matter. There's no polarity, it's just a jumper, so it doesn't matter which one you put there, as long as you connect it going in, you should be okay. So let me go ahead and connect these wires, and then we'll connect the power, and we should be good. Okay, so what I did over here is I had to peel this wire jacket a little bit further to get more access to the naked wire, and then I just push it in along with the other wires. All the wires are connected. Now there are 3 ports as I showed you guys before, and you can use or enable any one of these ports. I did do some testing and my first port works. I just moved it to the second one just to see if it works, but it doesn't really matter which one you use as long as you indicate in the app that which one you're using. So I'm going to leave it at 2 and just configure my app to use the second one, and again, doesn't really matter. This device, it's recommended to mount it like somewhere on here, but you can mount it anywhere you want. So we're going to come back and do that later on. So let's go ahead and do the setup. Now there are 2 ways you can set up this device. One of them is on the Meross app, and you can use their own app to open and close the garage. This particular device is also capable of doing the Apple Home, and you can pair it with that too. For that, there's a code at the bottom, that you're gonna need, and you can scan this code with the Apple Home automation and add it to your Apple device and control it from the home automation from Apple. So either way, I like it on both. So for you to configure this on the Meross app, it is recommended you use an Android device to add it to the application. This way you can just pair it, add it to the application first, and then once it's added to the Meross app, then you can go ahead and use your Apple iPhone and pair it with your Apple phone. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it on the Android, and then we'll go ahead and do it on the Apple. And as soon as you power it up, you see this orange and green light, and now we can go ahead and pair it up in our app. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add the Meross to the app. So you can do this process inside the house. I brought this inside the house. All you need to do is connect it to the power supply and add the configuration to your app, and once it's added, then you can go ahead and plug it in outside in the garage and it should work just fine. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm using an Android device to add it to this application. This device is also capable of being controlled using the Apple Home, and if you look at the back, you have this code that you can use to pair up to the Apple device. So we're going to go ahead and add it to the application. So let's go ahead and click add, turn on location service. You don't really have to. Let's go ahead and add the smart garage door opener. Ours is a 200 series. So I'm going to click on this. This is capable of controlling 3 gates, but I'm only using single door. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on single, but you can do up to 3. I'm doing single. It shows that number 1 will be active. So on the back side, we're going to be connecting to the very first one. The other 2 will be spare, so which is fine. Tap on to next. Now over here you can check the compatibility. I don't need to check the compatibility. I already know mine works, so I'm going to skip that check. And as you can see, it's blinking orange and green. So let's go ahead and next, and this is where it tells you if the status LED is not blinking amber and green, then you need to look into it. But ours is blinking, which is fine. So click on next, and now it's going to try to connect to the device. And over here is going to give us the option that is scanning the Wi-Fi. Let me go ahead and put in my password. You can see this light starts turning green. This is almost done. We are finishing up your smart garage door openers configuration by adding it to your home network. This may take a few minutes. And now this is solid green. That kind of gives me the indication that it is communicating. Now it's added. So your wireless configuration is done. The following steps will guide you through the hardware deployment of the smart garage door. And so if you already know how to do the installation, you don't really need to do this part. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip hardware deployment, and there you can see the garage door. So once I tap onto this, you should hear a clicking sound from here. Ready? There you go. And let's go ahead and start mounting this onto my garage, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and enable my Apple HomeKit and add a device in there. So just click on the plus on top. You're going to click on to add accessory, and this is where you scan the picture that you see at the very bottom. And I already scanned it, and now it says it's a garage door. So I'm going to click on add to home, and it's going to do the connection to the garage door, and it's all done automatically. Just make sure the power is connected. Now over here you can select on either one, and you can click on identify, and once you do that, you know, your blinker on the Meross device should blink, and mine did blink. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue. Over here you can name it whatever you want. We'll call it big garage. All right, and just click continue. These are some of the automation if you want. I don't want any of those automations, so let's click that. Done. And over here you can see my big garage is all on, and if I tap onto this, I'll get to this menu, and depending on which door you want to operate. So in my case, I have garage door 2 because I moved it to the second one. So if I click on this, there goes my garage coming close. Okay, so it seems like it's working good, and that's pretty much it.